Annie! Annie! Annie!
Hi Annie, my name's Dr. Bates. I'm going to be helping you throughout this process. So would you like to begin by telling me a little bit about yourself?
Why would I tell you anything, you dirty birdie?
I just want to help you, but I could only do that if you help me and tell me about yourself.
Help me? I was dragged away from my love, my all-time favorite author, my Paul Sheldon. If you want to help me, bring me back to him.
I'm sorry, I can't do that under the circumstances, but maybe we could get there eventually if you tell me about yourself.
Fine. I'm Annie Wilkes, which you already seem to know. Born and raised in Bakersfield, California. If I do say so myself, the not so Golden State.
So how did you end up leaving California and ending up in Colorado?
You know, I just moved there. Nothing special to it.
But there was no other reasons, like family or job or anything else like that?
What's it to you anyways?
I just want to fully understand your background so that we could work through any issues that you may have.
My only issues are that I'm here and Paul's not. And that he burned my misery's return after all that I did for him.
What exactly did you do for him?
Well, I took him in, cared for him after his accident. I was like the wife he wished he had. Caring and loving, always doing what was best for him.
And how did he feel about the situation?
He was very rude about the entire thing. I did so many good things for him. He made me very mad.
And how did you react when he made you mad?
I reacted like anyone else would. Made him drink dirty towel water, wouldn't give him his pills, hobbled him, but only because he made me do it.
Wouldn't you consider that torturing him? Don't you think that there would have been a better way to react?
What other way? He was my dirty birdie. I loved him, and that's how I shared my love with him.
Okay, Annie, we'll end it here today and pick up from here tomorrow. Okay, Annie, so today we're going to be talking about something a little bit different. There has been a book found in your house that you titled Memory Lane with a lot of newspaper clippings in it. Would you like to tell me a little bit about it?
Okay. I know that book is a little loony, but I was just doing research, looking at life's gifts.
Why do you have so many clippings about death if you want to celebrate life's gifts?
Well, Doc, death is a
Do
gift.
you mind elaborating on that, please?
Well, death is something beautiful that happens. At least I believe that. Looking at these articles were somewhat of a calming mechanism for me. Seeing what happens to one person at a time every single day.
Okay, so would you mind telling me a little bit about some of the clippings?
Some of them, most of them, were about elders or youngins that passed. I found it so interesting how they passed. I needed to do my research in seeing how those kind of deaths are caused.
What about the one about your father or your roommate or the family in your apartment building?
Well, of course I wanted to remember those people. I mean, wouldn't anyone keep memories of those that were close to them?
Understandable. How about the newspaper clippings with missing posters for a man named Pomeroy as well as Paul?
We all know that I took Paul into my care. I did the same for Pomeroy. I just wanted to know that he was loved enough for people to be looking for him. It was a beautiful thing to see.
But why didn't you take Paul to an actual hospital once you saw his missing poster? Why did you continue to treat him at your house?
I'm a nurse with amazing medical training. I was obviously the only one that would be able to tend to his needs in the best way possible. Plus, I am his #1 fan. He needed to see how much I was willing to do for him.
And how did you have the necessary supplies to care for him at your house?
Well, I took some from when I worked in hospitals. I only took what they needed, what they didn't need. When I was a child in California, I dreamed of being a nurse and having all these supplies in my house so I could help people, unlike my parents ever did for me.
Would you like to tell me a little bit about your parents?
Let's just say my father wasn't the best person in the world. My mother was such a cock-a-doodle good person. I mean, she did everything for me. My father was always out with his friends. He was doing a lot of bad things when I was younger. He hated me just like I hated him.
So you never had a good relationship with your father?
Let's just say that my house was a lot more peaceful after he fell.
Why is that?
Well, we didn't have to deal with him anymore. Coming home late, having so many different things to say. And plus he cussed a lot, and my mother and I hated it. No one should ever use that kind of language.
How did your mother feel when your father died?
My mother was just as happy as I was. She wanted to leave him, but that's a sin, so she couldn't. So she stayed with him like the nice wife she always was.
Okay, well, I think we had a good session. We'll pick back up next time.
Paul Sheldon, who's this?
Hi, Paul. It's Dr. Bates from Bachman Mental Asylum. I was calling regarding one of my patients, Annie Wilkes.
Annie Wilkes? What do you have to say about her?
Well, I thought that it may help her open up if she saw you while she was not in control. She only saw you when you were weak and needed to rely on her. So I thought it might be good for the both of you to see each other, to allow yourselves to come to terms with the situation and grow from it.
I'm not really interested in seeing the person who tortured me for months. Sorry.
Paul, wait. I know that this can be a very difficult situation, but I really think that this will help you move on from the traumatic things that you experienced because of her.
Fine. If you think she's normal and you think she could help me with this, then I'll agree. But if anything happens, just know that you're the one to blame.
I promise, everything will be fine. I've been having sessions with her and she's getting so much better. I really think that this will allow her to fully recognize what she did wrong and develop into a better person.
Not likely, she's a psychopath, but whatever you think. When should I come?
Perfect. Whenever works for you.
Okay, so I'll come in an hour and get this over with. Goodbye.
So, Annie, do you remember how I was telling you that this session was going to be special?
Yes. Would you like to elaborate on why?
Well, I have a special guest waiting to see you today. Mr. Sheldon, you could come in now.
Mr. Sheldon? As in Paul Sheldon? My Paul Sheldon?
Hi, Mr. Sheldon, how are you?
Hello, Dr. Bates. I'm well. And
Great! My Paul! My love! I miss you so much!
Dr. Bates told me this would somehow bring closure to me, since you somehow became...
Paul, would you like to tell me a little bit about your experience with Annie and how she made you feel?
Yeah, it was horrible. Annie made me feel like a prisoner. Annie, you don't know how long I've been waiting to tell you this, but I hate you. Everything you did to me. I have no thumbs, no feet. You disabled me. I was tortured every day. Every day I was with you. I never met someone more evil and more manipulative and more unholy.
How dare you, Paul! I am holy. I'm loving. I took you in and cared for you. You almost died. Now I understand why I wanted to kill you in the first place.
Okay, Annie, I think you need to sit back down and take some very deep breaths. This isn't like you've been making so much progress lately.
Oh.
Annie! What's that?
Why is that camera facing me?
Annie.
You've been manipulating me.
Annie, no I haven't. That camera's for document purposes only.
How dare you?
Annie, we need to study your behaviors and look at your progress. That's the only reason that camera's on you.
Unfortunately, doesn't seem like that to me.
Ugh, Annie.
Bye, Polly. Bye.